what they call a secret stash where I don't sell stuff. That's where the white mirrors go.
This is kind of right out in the front yard of Tony's place. Welcome to United by Trucks. This might be the windiest day in history in Texas, but we're out here at Texas Squarebodies and we're going to show you some awesome square body trucks. Hope you guys are ready for this. Hey boy. Hey bud. Look at this cutie. You just barking? Yeah. You sure are cute. So that's a guard dog. Don't roll up in here and think you're just going to be able to traverse the place. All right guys, so I'm here with Tony Key, the proprietor and I'll call him mastermind behind this massive square body farm. We're gonna be, well, he's gonna be taking us through this entire place, telling us about favorite trucks, cool trucks, maybe even a little bit about Fat Girl he's got here, this awesome regular cab dually that's actually not a factory truck that he converted, so I'm sure he'll tell us a little bit about that. But I'm gonna turn the camera around, Tony's gonna tell you a little bit about this place, and then we're gonna go check out some trucks. Obviously this place is not very far off the interstate and it's really easily accessible. How did you get all these trucks in here?
One by one, one at a time.
Yeah, the obvious way, yeah. Right? Well, how long has this place been here?
My dad's had this land for about 45 years, but
wow.
I probably started really buying and selling squares about probably 2005 before they hit. And the only reason I even started collecting square bodies because I couldn't afford to pay for my projects.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, it started off with one truck, and then I had to sell parts off that truck to go buy another one. So then I had to sell parts off the next one. Then it just kind of snowballed after that. And
that is awesome. Well, I think that most of us, especially a lot of guys on the channel, can relate to that. You know, especially when you're just getting started into messing with trucks, you gotta, you know, buy one, part it out, or get parts off of it, and try to, you know, up your game every time you do that kind of thing.
But it's fun at the same time.
I agree.
and then as I'm selling trucks, I'm pulling parts to put to the side. So I have what they call a secret stash where I don't sell stuff. That's where the white mirrors go. Like,
yeah, that's where the white mirrors, the 8-lug caps, the Alcoas.
Like I don't sell any Alcoas. I don't care how good a friend you are. Yeah. You're not getting Alcoas or white mirrors.
Yeah, he's already turned me down on some stuff. On that note, how many trucks are out here, and what do you think the makeup of Suburban to truck to Blazer? You know, what does that makeup look like?
Probably got 40 plus Suburbans. Blazers, just a couple of K5s. They're just hard to find. Yeah. And I try not to buy anything that's just completely rusted out, but I do buy some rusty trucks with good chrome and stuff on them. Yeah. Then I don't know how many trucks we got. I would say there's over more than 100 square bodies here, but I've never really counted.
Yeah, we should count. I'm just kidding.
Oh no!
If I had a drone, we'd just fly it up there.
Watch you count.
Yeah, right. Well, this is such a cool place, Tony. Why don't we just start walking around and you can just tell me a little bit about some of the trucks, and we'll go from there.
Okay, this is a copper truck right here. It's an 87 3/4 ton. Yeah, and it's not white, so I could not find a white 3/4 ton fuel injected throttle body truck.
Which is kind of your thing. You like white trucks. You like
white
TBI trucks.
I like TBI, I like small block. So this was for sale at the local car lot in town. So I found it on Craigslist, and the guy dropped the price on it. I was like, well, dang, I guess I kind of need that. So I sent my dad to go get it. I was at work. I sent him to get money out of the bank. I said, go test drive it, and if you like it, buy it. Yeah. And he happened to end up knowing the guy.
Oh, very cool.
And so when I came home from work, I had a square body sitting in the front yard.
That's the best way to do it. So you say you like them not 454, you'd rather have the 350. Yeah. So this is a 350 TBI truck?
Yeah, just automatic. I like automatic. It's just simple. Yeah. And it pulled the trailer pretty good, and it's got the 16 by 10 Steelies, the mud grips. You gotta have the mud grips out here in East Texas. Yeah,
I was gonna say, so you'll see a lot of two-wheel drive trucks, guys, and sorry about the wind. This is, I feel like, the windiest day in Texas. But you'll see a lot of his trucks, whether two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, but two-wheel drive especially will have the mud grips on the back. And this one's got an especially large set of mud grips on the back. You said that was a 10-inch wide wheel?
Yeah, it's a 10.
That's very cool.
Wheel Ventiques.
Yeah. Well, this is a cool truck. This is one of the first ones I noticed when I pulled up, and I could tell it was sort of one of those that might have stayed hooked to a trailer. You know?
It did.
Yeah.
It did back in the day. Because when you get a lead on something, or you see something on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, you gotta jump and go get it.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right.
I like to get my square. I don't like to get beat out.
Well, speaking of not getting beat out, this is one you recently brought home.
Yeah, this is the last one, and I named it Hershey. I kind of like name trucks I like.
Yeah.
So, and it's not pretty, but it's a really cool truck.
Well, tell us a little bit about it.
I got it from a friend of mine. He's a firefighter, and he was going to take it apart and put a COE cab and stuff on it and chop it down.
Oh man!
And so he decided it was too nice a truck to chop down. So then he told me, it's like, well, here's how much I have in it. If you want it, you can have it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I would say this is too nice a truck to chop up.
I didn't need another crew cab, but
you know,
who doesn't need another crew cab?
Yeah, right. Everybody needs another crew cab. Yeah, so, I love the pattern on the seats on this one.
It's just too nice a truck to park. Somebody will make a nice truck out of it.
Oh yeah.
On the spid sheet, what all the numbers mean, I don't know what all that means.
Yeah. Well, we could have a field day out here with spid sheets in your yard. So, what year was this truck again?
This is an 80.
An 80. So, this is the last year of what we consider sort of the round eye. You've got the vertical marker light. This one actually does have the round eye. Don't a lot of the 80s have square?
It was so don't quote me on this.
No, I think you're right. I know where you're going.
It was an option. I don't think it was it was 80, but it was. It wasn't later in the run or anything. It was just, I think V22 was the headlight option.
Okay, for square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also 80 was the first year, 85 mile an hour speedometer.
Oh, okay.
So you had round headlights or square, but it's 85 mile speedometer.
Very cool. Okay. Well, this truck is awesome. I think you're right. It will definitely make somebody a nice one if you don't end up building it yourself. But speaking of builds, I mean, I know we're going to talk about a couple of different trucks, and we just talked about Fat Girl there, your square body dually. But what are sort of the top 1, 2, 3 trucks on that list?
Probably we've got Gold Digger.
Yeah.
And that's the crew cab that my friend Scott Jordan and Michael Gunther, they built for me. It's got a 6-liter in it, 480.
Oh, yeah.
So this is Gold Digger. This is the LS swap truck. This is and a lot of this truck, kind of 2 different friends owned it in Oklahoma. Is originally a school district truck. I forget for where in Oklahoma, but it's just an uncut truck. It was 454. I didn't like AC. Then I just happened to have a customer that wanted a 454 motor, so time to pull the motor out, time to put an LS in.
Yeah.
So I've got a matching bed for it. And this is another truck I'm building. This was a single wheel truck. I made it into a dually.
Oh.
It was a dually when I got it, but then I had to buy, the bed didn't match, so I bought another truck. For another crew cab.
Just more excuses to buy trucks. Now we know why you've got probably 100 square bodies.
It's got matching patina on it. So when I get it all together, you'll never know that bed didn't match on it.
I know, it's so cool. I mean, that's the same spirit we put Teddy together, our green 68. Same spirit we put the Blazer together. You kind of just, you get a set of good parts, and then you just start putting together, and then start finding the other parts that you need to make it a complete truck the way you want it.
You're probably hoarding parts for it, or you have all these parts, or you can build a truck around a set of hubcaps.
Oh yeah, I've done it, and I love to do it.
Yeah.
So this has got the 6.0 with a 4L80 in it.
Right.
So I'll show you guys. Mud grips, Alcoas. So you can see there's a lot of new grade 8 hardware here. He's got new exhaust, new drive shaft, or he's at least got new tips on the exhaust. So let's check out how this thing sounds. This is a 6.0 4L80. Oh yeah. Man, that thing sounds good.
Yeah, I still got to get it tuned.
Does it have any work? It sounds like it's got a little bit of a cam.
It's got a cam and springs, that's it.
Okay.
Stock.
That's all you need to do.
It's got 230,000 miles on the motor, but Scott and Gunner, who built it for me, they put on new gaskets in it. They're the LS gurus.
Yeah.
And so whatever they said do, I
You
did.
just did it.
I'm still learning.
Oh,
but
yeah.
They have done so many LS swaps. So it's like, here's all the gaskets you need. So I want to put it in, and I wanted it like new.
Yeah.
I just want a good running motor.
Well, you got one with that, it sounds like. Guys, I can't say it enough. This is just super cool. I have no idea if I'm even in focus right now, but man, this is just one little stall in this barn too. I don't know, you got anything over there? So we got a barn we can look at?
Yeah, we've got more square bodies down here.
Oh man, I didn't even know, aside from just what we're seeing right here. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about projects in a minute, but before we leave this little section, this looks like the Suburban section.
Yeah, this is where most of the Suburbans are. It's just, that's where they fell off the train. This is the easiest way. Everything was it used to be in the barn, in the fence, then I ran out of room. So my dad let me put him out here, and he don't care, and he enjoys seeing them.
It's like you're among a story, among history, among those memories that we were talking a little bit about last night. Most people have some sort of connection to a Squarebody.
Yeah.
It's really cool to sort of be out here among this. I can't even really describe it. I mean, I've been in junkyards and salvage yards, but that's not really what this is. I mean, this is, yes, you're selling parts, yes, you're robbing a lot of parts off of these, but you're also taking them and bringing them back to life, the ones that are worth bringing back to life. And like I said, you're out here sort of among those memories that a lot of guys our age, now a lot of guys that are even younger because of their dads are putting them in square bodies, can just have that, that feeling and those memories. I think it's so cool. What's your favorite Suburban right here? Is there a story about one that you want to tell? Is there something that,
that would be, I got a Suburban block in the yard down there. Around here, we got plenty of Suburbans, so we use Suburbans for storage. There's storage for other square body parts.
Yes.
So they don't get ruined. Or we use them for blocking the fence so someone doesn't drive in.
Oh yeah.
So I've got a Suburban I've had for a long, long time. That used to be my driver.
Well, let's can we go check it out?
Yeah,
let's go do that. Okay guys, so what you're figuring out, hopefully, is that there's a couple of different sections of this place. So this is kind of right out in the front yard of Tony's place. You're seeing some trucks right over here to the side that are also right out, in the front. But we've got some trucks back behind the residence area, and then we're actually going to another part of the property where we're going to talk about some more stuff. So I see a cool K5 right there. Love that. Oh, for all of my Jeep fans, we got a Wagoneer and a Jeep truck. That's awesome. And then an old wrecker. So that's back where we were just a few minutes ago, up near the residence. So we're down here at a different place now. Let's go check this out. So real quick, since everybody got to hear this lovely exhaust as I was talking on the way over here, tell us a little bit about this truck. So this is Fat Girl.
This is Fat Girl. Could not find a single cab due to the 87 small block TBI.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty specific truck.
It still has the 3/4 ton emblems on the side. Nobody ever notices that. I just let them on there. And so the bed's off, the patina matches really good. So the bed's off another truck. I put a 700 R4 in it.
Oh nice.
It's 373 gears. And it's kind of like my OG truck that I just built, and I just drive it where it needs to go. She's very reliable. And it rides good. It's got ride techs up front, just some KYBs in the back. But it's probably the best improvement I've made is the ride tech adjustable shocks.
Yeah.
The best improvement.
Are those the HQs or the RQs? Do you remember?
Handle
yeah, the HQs. Yeah.
Just the ones that make they're nothing special, but
yeah,
I never thought I could afford adjustable shocks. But I got them on the front. It makes a huge, huge difference. So it makes it a lot more enjoyable to drive. And it's just firm. It's not it don't drive like a lot of lower trucks.
Yeah.
But it's just firm. It's not fast. It's stock. But she gets
you down the road.
Yeah.
That's what I like. Well, I think it's cool that you made something Well, for one, I think it's kind of funny you couldn't find it out of all these trucks. You didn't have one, and then you just put it together, which is kind of what we do.
And it's quicker for me to buy a truck running and just make it as I want to.
Yeah.
So if I start from the frame, I won't finish it. So I have a problem about finishing trucks. So
same here.
I bought it running and driving. It's so much easier. Then I can sell my leftovers. Like I still have the bed, but all the other suspension stuff I took off of it, I sold it. So there's always what you don't want, somebody else wants in the Squarebody world. So it's like, hey, I'm building this, I'm building this.
Yep, that's so true. You really remind me of Barry Davison, the guy that works with us a lot, and he loves these trucks like this. He loves the unique stuff, but just the way you talk about, square bodies and that part of the community, and being able to, just because you're tearing breaking these trucks apart doesn't mean that these parts aren't living on somewhere else. Yeah, I just think that's so cool. So what's the suspension on this thing again?
It's probably like a 4.6, and also it's got 1 ton or spindles in the front with a 1-inch coil cut off 1-ton springs. Okay. And then to make it ride better in the back, one of my little tricks, it's got 1/2-ton springs in the back. So I took out the 1 tons. Well, it's got Suburban springs in the back. It's still got a flip kit and it's notched, but a single cab dually with no weight in the rear, it'll beat you up. Yeah. So it rides good.
That's awesome.
It's slow, but you saw me driving to the pasture, or if I got to jump a ditch or I got to haul a motor.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
I know everybody has their own style. I hate when people rip on other people on the internet about their truck, or how if you don't like, you're not paying for it.
That's exactly right.
So if some people might not like fat girl, that's more fat girl for me.
Completely. I love it because you put the mud grips on the back. I mean, I just think that.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
I think that's really cool. Yeah, and like I said, just because I like it doesn't mean somebody else is going to like it, but it doesn't really matter.
It don't really matter.
As long as you like it. Well, speaking of liking something, I'm liking what's behind that fence. So let's go check that out.
So this is the original square yard. I started off with everything in this yard. And I've got a couple of projects in here.
So this is where you started bringing square bodies to the home place. Okay.
I started bringing them in here, then I ran out of room.
Yeah, I bet you did real quick. Even though this is kind of like, man, I'd love to have something like this. An old barn. You got a pretty good bit of storage out front.
Yeah, this is where I grew up. Me and my dad, we built square bodies in this barn a long time ago, back when I was a kid, before I could even drive a square body. We were building square bodies.
Very cool. So your dad has been into this for forever.
We were so poor we couldn't even afford a lift, and so we had old school camper jacks, like the campers that sit in the back of the truck. Yeah. So that's how we would remove cabs. We'd put the jacks on the side of the cabs, and we're all right, let's go 5 times. You turn it 5 times, and make sure there's not a wire hanging there. And there's always you always miss a wire or a bolt or something. Right. All right, we'll go 5 more times, and that's how we did cab swaps.
Yeah, that is so cool. And you did that right here in this barn.
Just right here in the barn.
That is awesome. I love the ingenuity and just kind of that can-do, get it done attitude.
We used what we had.
That's right. I got to point this out. We may talk about this, but already, this is a 2-wheel drive, 3/4 ton Suburban, mud grips on the back. Man, I'm loving this East Texas style.
I appreciate it.
This is awesome.
This one is Ice Cube. This is another one of my.
My gosh, Tony, look at this place.
I grew up right here. So.
Dude. I know it's nothing to you, but man, this is. I mean, we got visors. There's a visor laying right there. There's an old, that looks like an old TBI motor right there, right?
Yep. You can never have too many TBI parts.
Especially if you're dealing with these later model.
So this is 4-wheel drive, but I don't have mud grips on it. But it's got brand new tires on it, so I'm not going to get rid of them.
So K5.
So it's a 91, but I've got the Steelies, like the 15mm Steelies, and I've already got the dog dish hubcaps.
Oh man.
I'm not going to lift it. It's got stock exhaust. It's even got cold AC on it.
Dang.
Spotlight works too. Just bare bones.
Yes. Tony, this thing is cool, man. Blue interior, white. Yeah, this thing's cool. Manual windows. You can see the awesome, what I call square body patina, especially in the later years. God, this thing's sweet. This is gonna be really cool with a set of Steelies and caps on it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lift it, no off-road accessory. I've got an old school winch bumper I'll probably put on it.
Yeah.
Like a worn winch bumper just for, so it's kind of period correct, but.
Man, that is
one
so
of the things
cool.
that it found me, one of my buddies saw it, and it was one of his buddies and knew I liked white trucks. So I wasn't looking for a K5 at the time.
Right.
So, but I
Yeah, you don't
say
really
no to
seem
it.
like a K5 guy. I saw a couple out there. One of them had some killer patina on it, all that surface rust. But
I'm not a K5 guy, but it's like I want to have one at every score.
yeah, man, I hear you.
But you know, I might enjoy it for a while, and then might go on down the road. I got a friend that's already bugging me for it, but I'm not ready to sell it just yet.
I'd like to see it with the Steelies and caps on it before I got rid of it.
Yeah, it's gonna look OG.
Yeah, that is so cool. Guys, I can't say it enough. This is just super cool. I have no idea if I'm even in focus right now, but man, this is just one little stall in this barn too. I don't know. You got anything over there?
Yeah, that's where a pull truck sits.
Oh, let's go check that out.
My redneck trailer hitch.
Oh yeah,
My winch mount.
Yeah, your winch mount. Yeah.
So what that is, the transmission cross member underneath a crew cab. So they're taller. So I told you how to get my winch up.
Yeah.
To clear the dovetail. So I'm not a fabricator, so that's about as much as fabricating I can do.
No, man, that is awesome. So we got the new trailers we were talking about, guys, and to pull heavier stuff, because we're actually picking up something pretty heavy today. But we got to figure out a way to mount a winch, and I know Mike will help me figure that out. But this was Tony's suggestion, and I think it's probably, we're gonna have to do something like that. But what did you say this was again?
Underneath a 1-ton crew cab, that's where the transmission cross member would have been. So see right here, these are your holes where your cross member would have went right there.
Would have bolted right in. So it's just a section of the frame.
Right.
That's awesome.
And it was a truck that was wrecked, so I didn't cut up a good truck. The truck was wrecked, and I happened to save it. But I tied it into the cross members.
Yeah.
On the bottom of the frame with all grade 8 hardware.
And this is a 22 footer.
Yeah, this is 22.
22 foot, so 2 foot longer than mine, steel deck.
And then I added 2 foot to the tongue. See, same trailer hitch.
Yeah, you got the same adjustable tongue, same ram assist. That's awesome. And you got this thing hooked up to is this
is a single wheel 1-ton.
It is a single wheel 1-ton. Dang.
So I call this one white trash.
White trash. I love your names. Man, this is awesome. So single wheel 1-ton, so akin to Gus. What year is this truck?
I think it's an 89 or 90.
Okay. That is one thing I found about you, is you really find a lot of those later years. So after, they went out of the 87 for the half-ton, you're still rocking the 88, 89, 90, and into 91, right?
Yeah, this truck, it found me. I was looking for another truck real similar to this, but it had a big block, and then I want a small block.
Yeah.
So my friend, I was looking for, he was calling me looking for a steering column. I said, well, I'm going to go look at a white crew cab right now, or just come by later. They said, well, I have a white crew cab for sale. It's like, really? So before he even put it for sale, I bought it.
Yeah. Well, this thing is awesome. You got the mud grips on it again.
Yeah, more mud grips.
I'm telling you, you're doing a killer job getting around having to have 4-wheel drive out here on this place.
Well, and then you got to know how to drive. If you're 2-wheel drive, you got to know how to drive. It's like, it's not for everywhere, but around here, it gets me out of a lot of stuff. I've been stuck in my front yard with just regular street tires with a trailer load full of truck parts.
I love it, man. Well, let's go look at some more stuff. So we've come out of the barn, and as you look, I mean, there's just square bodies everywhere. You can see one that's just got a nicely caved in roof over there.
Hey, it's still got good parts on it.
Still got plenty of good parts. I see cab lights, I see doors, I see chrome mirrors that I may need for my truck since you stole the white ones off.
Yeah, I did steal them.
You did not steal them, that's right. You said, that ain't a part of the deal. I said, okay. Well, what's the story on this crew cab?
Another one, well, I bought this one off like 5 Mile, and I bought it from a kid, and he started to, it had a AutoZone stereo in it, and it had a grill guard it had some stuff that didn't need to be on it. Yep, white mirrors.
Got your wonderful white mirrors. This guy loves white mirrors. In fact, he did not sell them to me on the truck that I bought, which we were just talking about, which is part of the deal. He let me know. But it's crazy how much he loves these white mirrors. I think the funny thing about it is that you love them so much, I don't even recognize. I don't see them as much on trucks.
You don't.
And it's so much so that maybe it's because I don't see them enough. I didn't even know to lust after them, kind of thing, you know.
But it was just they're on the work trucks. Like I like single headlight trucks.
Yeah.
So this truck, I call this ditch digger because it came from, okay, it's got a good story. It came out of West Texas somewhere, but it belonged to originally a mental institution.
Oh, no
And it still has
kidding.
the sticker on the driver's side, inside the driver's door.
Oh, we got to go look at that.
It belongs to the Texas, a crazy house. So this one's already been cut down.
Okay.
And then the bed for this one is going on Gold Digger. See the patina matches Gold
Oh,
Digger?
yeah, perfectly.
But look inside the driver's door, you'll see it right inside the door jamb.
So try not to step on a snake. And I'm sorry, guys, if this wind is just tearing up these mics. It is really, really,
right, we'll see right here, Robert.
it is really blowing.
I came from Lubbock State School, which is a
Lubbock State School.
A mental ward.
Mental institution.
Mental institution.
Wow. Man, that seat.
I put them in there.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, this seat is like primo. Man, I love all these crew cabs. I love all these original paint crew cabs. That is what's cool.
But see, then you see stuff like this. It's like, why isn't that door patina? But sometimes they just paint them at a different time at the factory. That's what I'm thinking.
Man, and it could have been that this half from that door up was parked outside and the back half was under but then of course you look at the roof, but still.
This truck didn't have an easy life. See, they got the little number right here, whatever.
Yeah.
Truck 131.
They had it marked, truck
I
one.
like single headlights, and it's got a tilt wheel stereo. But here, Robbie, let me show you about the
Oh,
what?
gosh, cat scared me to death.
Okay, gray cat or black cat?
Yeah, gray.
Oh. But see, it's like your green truck, it'll have the dent and a half opening. See, like that?
Oh,
See, that's factory.
Okay, guys, so this is something I learned from Tony last night. So I'll go ahead and let you on a little secret. I'm here to pick up a crew cab. It's a 90, and you said, what year did you say this one is?
This is a 91.
This is a 91, so would it have been, what years would it have had this dent and a half?
From my knowledge, 89 to 91.
89 to 91. So that's something I did not know. I have not spent a lot of time in trucks, really outside after 87 that were square bodies. So that's obviously the 3/4 ton, 1 ton Suburbans and some Blazers, but dent and a half radio. And it actually looks a lot like what you would see in the GMT 400, OBS style. Like you can already see that evolution. Man, so cool. So cool. So you said this one's been shortened.
Yeah, David Hayes at High Gear Customs, he already chopped the frame and stuff for me, chopped the front, chopped the rear. And I could only chop a truck down that I wasn't in love with.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wasn't in love with this truck. I bought it because it was a good price, and I didn't need another white crew cab, but that's okay.
It is. This is your thing.
Yeah, it is my thing.
This is your thing.
Everybody has their own style.
That's right. Well, I'm just looking around, and I wish I had more time to sit here and talk about every single one of these trucks. But have we talked about your favorite yet?
No, well, that'll probably be Gold Digger.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. The crew cab with a 6.0 in front of the Blazer. I'm gonna be honest, so far I think the Blazer might be one of my favorites, just because of the way it's gonna turn out. You're playing for it, how it's got that cool patina. I think there's something really...
The Blazer's super cool, but that's one of the things, like, I'm just not a Blazer guy.
Yeah, of course.
But it's my style.
Yeah, it is definitely your style. It's white, it's patina, it's OG.
It's small block,
It's
TBI.
small block which I may be calling you back on this green one to help me sort through some of this TBI stuff on it.
It's all there. It's the one thing about the green truck. Yeah, it's kind of rough, but everything's there. There's no hackery on the wiring. So, it's hard to find a truck that's been worked on.
Yeah, right.
Or not worked on.
Not worked on. Yeah, not in a positive way. This is a cool little burb you got here.
So that was, I drove that daily for years. That was my daily driver.
I mean, it looks like a daily driver. I think it's awesome. What year is it? Do you remember?
I believe this was 91.
91. Here we are with those later square body years. I mean, you've cornered the market on burbs, white crew cabs, and 88 and up. Square
Everybody
bodies.
has a thing.
Yeah, yours is really cool. a really cool thing. Thing is just sun-kissed perfectly right here on top. White mirrors with tons of patina.
Actually, I had to put the white mirrors on it.
You did put the white mirrors
See,
on?
some of them, I don't know why, some of them came with black mirrors.
Oh, that's odd.
So these, I put these on there. But they look like they came on there.
They do. This hood, on the other hand.
Well, I didn't know. So this, originally, it got in a hailstorm before I got it. So the original hood would just beat the hell, and I want to learn how to paint flames.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed the hood and I fixed the dents out of it.
Very cool.
And I needed a place to put it. So and see, one hood, one flames is going one way, one's the other way. Yeah. I didn't know how to make a template.
I love it.
So,
man, more power to you for just starting to try to figure that out.
Sometimes you just gotta figure it out. I don't know what the hell I'm doing sometimes.
That's right.
I call a friend.
That's right. Okay, so Tony and I are finishing up in this section where he actually first started Texas Squarebodies. But I was asking him about the most unique truck here just because, I mean, obviously a lot of the stuff is unique because you just don't see a lot of it on the road anymore. But he was saying that the truck I'm getting may be one of the most unique here, so we're gonna go check it out. And I don't know if I don't think he's just saying that because I'm buying it. It's a pretty unique truck, so
it's a unique truck.
I'm very, very excited about it. So why don't we go check it out, and we'll show you what's unique about it. So how long have you had this truck built?
Probably 5 or 6 years.
Oh, okay, it's a little bit of time. And forgive me, we've already talked about so many trucks. Is this a TBI 350?
Yep,
okay.
TBI 350.
I know this is your specialty, but man, it's just so cool. Got those nice power windows that work nicely.
I just greased them.
Did you?
That's all I did to them.
There's a black square body. Here's an OF 250. So what was all the construction equipment?
That's my dad's stuff.
Okay.
So he liked the Fords.
Yeah. Oh, that one's got a Power Stroke in it.
Yeah, Power Stroke. So my dad's 82, and so he's got you didn't see the C7.
I did see it when I pulled up. I was like, wow, that looks out of place. Not from like just because there's so many trucks around. But I do like the C7. Is that yours or your dad's?
Oh, hell no, that's not mine. I couldn't fit in that thing.
Yeah, I love that.
That costs more in my house.
I couldn't fit in that thing.
It's cool.
Yeah, those suckers sound good doing about 100 miles an hour going down the road.
But that's not my wheelhouse.
That's not mine either. I mean, I'll take and put a Corvette motor in an old truck.
Yeah.
But could you just pull up on past that if you don't mind? Because I'm gonna catch it on that GoPro right there as we go by. So, guys, if you look out his window, that's what we're pulling up on. And what I'm excited to be here to get. And we haven't even showed you any of this. Oh, the sun just came out. So the cool thing about this is I could come back and spend just a ton of time. And there's Squarebody the dog.
Yeah, you gotta get some of Squarebody.
Hey, boy.
I promise you he won't bite you.
Is it a girl?
It's a boy dog.
Hey, boy. Hey, bud. What's up? Look at this cutie. Oh, let me back this off and I can get your face. Look at this cutie. You just barking? Yeah. You sure are cute. So that's a guard dog. Don't roll up in here and think you're just gonna be able to traverse the place. But this is what we're here to get. Tony, tell us what this thing is.
Well, I'm sad to see it go.
I know you are.
I really am. And I just don't want to be like one of those, I'm already older. I don't want to be like one of them old guys. I want to build it one day.
Yeah.
So this is like, I have like 4 trucks in front of this to build.
Yep.
And so I don't want it to rust out. I've been keeping it underneath the shed.
Yeah.
And I've been putting stuff on the patina to keep it from rusting.
Yes.
And so I'd rather see somebody else build it than just rot away at my house. Will I find another one? No, I won't.
I know. What's funny is I actually emailed you or messaged you on Instagram about it back in January, I think it was, when you got it. And you were like, nah, it's not for sale. It's definitely on the build list. And then it was, 2 months later, as you, I guess, get like I do, start realizing, oh man, I got too much.
I got too much.
I got to figure out what I can do here.
So
what is this thing?
So it's a 90 K30 crew cab, single wheel one time.
Oh.
Forestry truck, really hard to find in the single wheel application.
Cue the music.